Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and today is Monday. So, yesterday was a holiday, it was Sunday, and I skipped out on Sunday just to kind of, sit back and chill out, give you all time to chill out as well. But happy late Easter to you all. And you guys know Sundays are usually our wealthy word of the week day. So, I am here today to give you the wealthy word of the week, right? Our wealthy word of the week for today, for this week, is assets. Assets. So if you guys know what assets are, y'all leave me a comment and let me know what kind of assets do you currently have. Don't forget, like, subscribe to this channel so that you get notified when I make videos. So, assets is the wealthy word for this week. Assets. An asset is items that you own that bring you value, right? Things that hold value, things that you can. Your house is an asset. Um, your job, maybe you have a vending machine out there, just different things like that. Things that are valuable to you that hold their value, right? Things that you can go out here and exchange for cash or money or anything like that. Any type of income that you're bringing in, it can be considered an asset. How much cash do you have on hand? So asset is important because this is earnings week, right? Earnings week. When we invest in companies, the assets should be a part of it that you should be looking at, right? So what is the company bringing in versus what is it putting out, right? So assets are very important. Take a note of all of your assets, and then remember to keep that same note in mind when you invest in these companies, right? Take a note of what all assets do they have as a company. So I think that's very important. So, like I said, this week is earnings week. Let's take a moment to see how did the market do today, right? How was the market? And the market actually performed pretty okay, in my opinion. It's actually pretty flat, but still not down, not beat down. We're not seeing any outrageous drops in the market. I was not able to trade today due to work. I was not able to trade. I didn't make any money today. However, I watched it. I watched it go up. I watched it come back down. I watched it go back up. Easy money to trade. Easy money could have definitely been made today if you paid attention and actually watched the charts today. So let's talk about it, right? Let's check it out. So the Dow Jones is down 0.11% for today. Flat. The S&P 500 is down 0.020% for today. The Nasdaq is down 0.14%. The Russell is down 0.74%. And looking at this is what's important to me. The VIX is down 2.33%. Now we know the VIX is the fear of the market, right? The fear in the market. The people, how much people are selling, how many put options are being done, and all those things. This is a much larger drop than any of these. So that tells me there is some positivity and some buying pressure going into the market, right? That's what this tells me. The fact that this came down harder than any of the other indexes. So that's very important. Let's check out this, right? Stock futures rise ahead of busy earnings day. Stock futures rose on Monday evening as traders navigate one of the busiest weeks of corporate earnings season. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average added 98 points or 0.3%, while those for the S&P 500 climbed 0.4%. Nasdaq 100 futures gained 0.5%. The moving futures comes after a slightly down day for stocks. The Dow and Nasdaq Composite each dipped 0.1%, while the S&P 500 inched lower by 0.02%. Major indexes have been grinding lower as the first quarter earnings season heats up. So earnings is important, right? Again, assets and liabilities. Is this company profitable? Are they making money? Are they worth investing in? And that's what we want to know as investors. When we're buying these shares of this company, are they profitable? Can they make us money in the future? And that's what we want to. That's what we're investing in. We're actually investing in companies. We're part business owners of those companies. We own that company. So you guys got to keep that in mind when you're out here buying things. I hear a lot of people out here. I know, of course, a lot of us are traders. We're in here trying to make money. So it's also important to be aware of that when you trade in these companies, right? Because when the rest of the market is coming down, those big cap companies like Apple, like Tesla, they still somehow manage to push up. They still somehow manage to keep hold their value. They do not drop as hard as everything else, and they just continue to stay profitable and hold their value because their assets versus their liabilities or the money that they're putting out. But assets for sure is our word for this week. So let's check out the fear. So one thing I thought was important, another thing, the fear index is still a 39, which was a 42 on last week Thursday when it closed, because we know the market was closed on Friday. but it was a 42 on Thursday, and now we have a 39 on today. This right here gives me some mixed emotions, especially because the fact is the markets were flat today, and the VIX came down harder than anything else. So this makes me concerned, right? Is there after hours trading that we're not seeing that's going on that's kind of pushing this thing down, or whatever the case may be? I'm clicking on this because let's see, right? And this doesn't even show me the after hours. So I'm not seeing anything in the after hours that could be, just giving any reason why the fear increased outside of earnings. And I also believe that we have some Fed speeches this week. Fed speeches, always inject a little fear into the market because people are fearful. Hey, what are they gonna say? What about this recession? What about this? Interest rate hikes. How hard? How big? How aggressive? All of those things right there can be a negative catalyst for the market and just push things down, increase that selling pressure. But you guys know what we try and do, right? We try and buy low and sell high. So we're not afraid of the prices coming down or anything being too low. What we'll continue to do is we buy it lower and we dollar cost average in. And you guys see here, like I said, major companies like Google, right? You see Goldman Sachs actually still up 2.56% for today. Wells Fargo up. Financials still going up. We see some other high growth players that's coming down heavy, but they don't hang in there like those other companies do. So you got to make sure you keep that in mind. One thing I wanted to check out, right? Stock heat map. Let's check out our stock heat map, and we're gonna check out our crypto heat map before we call it a day. But look at it. Just look at the market. Pretty much all of the market is very much flat. Technology sector flat with some green in here. I saw Nvidia and Tesla doing their thing today. Pretty much all market, right? Came back down perfect, came right back up perfect. And if you guys saw my charts, you would be like, man, you charted it perfectly, because every time it hit one of my lines on the chart, that thing bounced back up and it came back down at the resistance. It can't bounce back up at the support. I had it pretty much mapped out perfect to make money, but I didn't trade today. So I missed out on those buying opportunities, on those chances to buy options and make profit, but it's okay. I'm not worried. Bank of America is actually up. I think they had their earnings today. So financials again doing good. Hopefully we see financials with a major pop after this week, because I think they actually have a lot of earnings, and we'll review the earnings chart as well. So just looking at this, let's go ahead. We're going to see how each sector is doing. Communication services look like it's down. Healthcare looks like it's down. Consumer cyclical looks like it's pretty much flat or down as well. And consumer defensive look like it's flat and down. Energy sector still holding strong, pretty much flat but still up. So that's good for those of you who are still invested in the energy sector. Real estate looks like it's pretty flat and down, and I'm curious to know how the real estate industry is going to perform moving forward. But let's check out our earnings, right? So we know today is Monday. We have Bank of America. This is before open, right? You see these things, you got to pay attention to this: before open and after the close. So Bank of America, Charles Schwab, and really we're just gonna check this out and see if there's anything that we like that's on here. Netflix is actually one that we like. Johnson and Johnson is one that we discussed. So you gotta keep your eyes on that, right? So tomorrow before open, we have Johnson and Johnson giving earnings. How are they gonna perform, right? I think they were down today but flat. And after hours, we have Netflix, which I think may have. I can't remember if Netflix underperformed or overperformed their last earnings. Let's see if we got anything for Wednesday that might be of interest to us. Tesla after hours. Tesla is after hours on Wednesday. That's something that's of interest to us. Procter and Gamble is actually some interest to us. So before hours, just keep that in mind. And we'll talk about Thursday and Friday as those days get here, right? But just be aware of what's going on in the market, right? And why your stock or why the company that you invested in may be going up or down this week. And also just the importance of having assets, right? Make sure you bring in a lot more than you're putting out. Make sure that you're able to continue to do that, especially right now with inflation going up. A lot of people are struggling to keep up with the bills or keep up with this and that. Taxes this year should have been used a lot more carefully than they have in past years. Prices have gone up so crazy, you may have think that you're buying this new thing or whatever the case may be, but you're paying a lot more than it used to be. And also just the expenses that you will have throughout the rest of this year are going to be a lot more costly. So hopefully you guys made some wise decisions, made some smart sacrifices this year, and just been following along this journey so that you do well in the year 2022. So again, our wealthy word of the week is assets. I challenge you guys to note down some of your assets. Leave in the comments and let me know. And let me know, are your assets far outweigh, is what you're bringing in far outweighing what you're putting out? I thank you for joining the journey to become wealthy. Hopefully you guys have a good night, and I'll see you later.